As a lot of you probably already know, we've been chicken people for 20 years. And we've had dozens of different breeds of chickens, but we always seem to come back to the heritage breeds. And there's reasons for that. And when I say heritage breed, I mean the big ones, the full-grown ones. Like that little hen down there. Yellow Buff Orpington, big chickens. Rhode Island Reds, big chicken. Barred Rock, big chicken. Leghorns, big chickens. Full-size chickens anyway. We've had all the chickens that have the afros and the feathers on their feet and stuff like that, but they never seem to stick around. And it all basically boils down to this. The heritage breed chickens just lay more eggs than those ornamental style chickens. Our yellow buffs, they lay around 250 eggs a year per hen if you feed them good. Now, if you just turn them loose and let them free range, they won't near about do that. We tried, it didn't work. And I know you see the chicken on the internet or whatever, and it's got the afro poof and the feathers on the feet, and you just say, I have got to have that chicken. Well, the new wears off. You can't look at a chicken but for so long before you get tired of looking at it. I don't care what it looks like. And our experience, I mean, it don't matter what a chicken looks like, it eats the same amount of feed, but don't give you near as many eggs. So I could have chicken A that lays 250 eggs a year and eats this much feed, or chicken B eats the same amount of feed but don't give me but 100 eggs a year. And not only that, when you go buy this frizzle Polish Cochin Banny chicken, you're about to pay for it. In my opinion, it just ain't worth it. I mean, getting a little bit older now, I want my money to go as far as it will. And with them little fancy little bannies going for $7, $8, $9 a chick, it's hard to justify that when the Rhode Island Reds and the Buff Orpingtons and all those are still $4 and $5 a chick. So, I mean, for those reasons, I'm out on the ornamental chickens. Now, the little banny chickens, or bantam chickens for the learned folk in the audience, we don't fool with them either. There's a couple of reasons why we don't fool with them. Number one, their eggs are too little. I mean, you gotta eat 16 of their little eggs to have anything. And something else too, they can evermore fly. They'll be walking across the top of your house, leaving little presents everywhere they go. And I looked it up, and at the time of the filming of this video, the big hatchery, one of the big hatcheries, I'm not gonna name them, but it's one of the more famous ones, they've got an assortment of purebred bannies. You have to buy, I think, 15 of them, and it comes out to about $7.20 per bitty. It's $100 and something, a little over $100 for 15 little banny chicks. Now, you didn't ask, but I'm gonna tell you why that math ain't mathing with me. A heritage breed chicken, Rhode Island Red, Barred Rock, Buff Orpington, White Leghorn, any of those chickens live 8 to 10 years, roughly. A banny lives about half that. I mean, what's the benefit of paying 50% more for a bird that lives 50% the length of time and gives you an egg that's 50% the size of the other breed? Now, something else we like about these heritage breed chickens is you can crossbreed them and make hybrids. Of course, I guess you can make a hybrid with any kind of chicken, but for instance, what I'm getting at is you can take a Rhode Island Red rooster and a Barred Rock hen and make something called a black sex link or a black star. And those babies lay 300 brown eggs a year. If you don't mind mixing things up a little bit, I mean, that could be an option. We've done it. And something that's cool about that is when those chicks hatch, the females will be solid black and may have a little bit of white like on their neck, but all the males have a solid white spot right on top of their head. And you can, thin the herd early on. You don't have to feed them for 4 months to see which one starts crowing or not. Something else you can do, you can take some Cornish hens and cross them with a Plymouth Rock rooster and make your own Cornish cross meat birds. Now, you can do that. You probably won't have the perfect genetics of the big hatcheries, but you can do it. And what I mean by that is you may not be able to grow a 12-pound bird in 6 weeks with your homegrown genetics, but that's the two chickens that they cross to make a Cornish cross hen that you find in the grocery store. And heritage breed chickens are big enough to be dual purpose. In other words, they lay a lot of eggs, a lot of large eggs, and they're heavy enough to do something with if you ever needed to process one. And to all the new subscribers, welcome to the family. Do me a favor, leave me a comment and tell me where you're from. I mean, I don't need to know your street address, but if you're in the United States, tell me what state or around what city you live in. I had a feller leave me a comment that said, I like your accent or something like that. I'll screenshot it and put it up here somewhere. And I thought to myself, John, I didn't know I had an accent. I guess I do. The people that ain't from around here, I'm gonna get off here and do something productive. See y'all next time.